So thank you so much everyone for coming. I think one of the most exciting things about tonight is that we can all kind of come together and do these events again and, you know, meet new people. I think, you know, during COVID, that's one of the things that I missed so much is kind of, you know, getting together with people through a communal, you know, values and beliefs and kind of, yeah, just you're being together. So tonight I wanted to give you a little bit of a obviously introduction into our spring summer collection, which is called Fam Bam, which is a very cute little name for family. And we just really wanted to celebrate this idea here at the Social Outfit because I think, you know, given the work that we do here at the Social Outfit, family means something different to each one of us. Family doesn't necessarily need to be blood related. We find family and, you know, community and connection, you know, with the people that we work with and, you know, the lovely retail trainees that I get to, you know, I have the absolute privilege of working with every day. You know, I have a sense of family and connection with these young girls. So I think, you know, everything that we do here is based on this idea of, yeah, collaboration. And we just wanted to really celebrate that because that's at the very essence, you know, what we want to do here at the Social Outfit. So in terms of eco-styling, I feel like, you know, there are people that are very familiar with the term eco-styling and what that means. Does everybody know what that kind of means and what that definition is and how, you know, I guess we've seen so much more in mainstream media about, you know, sustainability in fashion and ethical fashion. But from a styling perspective, you know, I don't know, how do you kind of interpret what, I guess, an eco-stylist is or even what eco-styling means? Anybody want to, I don't know, chime in?
Thrifty people who wear lots of like op shop.
Totally, yeah. So just to give you a bit of a rundown, I am an eco-stylist by trade and I've been a stylist for about 11 years and I've also worked kind of in the retail space for about 17 years. And when I started out as a stylist, I was kind of one of the very few people that always wore vintage clothes and thrifted clothes, and this idea of kind of wearing your values and I guess wearing clothing with integrity was a very new concept. There wasn't a lot of conversation around, you know, who made your clothes and kind of really understanding, I guess, the supply chain of fashion. And it was something that I was always very conscious about. I always wanted to, you know, incorporate the way that I dressed into my professional career, but there was not really, it just wasn't the industry at that time in fashion. I remember kind of creating all these amazing like fashion editorials with, you know, ethical brands and creating editorials with like all the pieces that I love that I had collected from vintage stores and op shops, and magazines just weren't interested in, I guess, you know, featuring those kinds of items in their magazine pages because it wasn't clothing that they could, I guess, it just kind of couldn't be commodified because a lot of it was one-off or, you know, completely unique and one of a kind. And so I think to kind of fast forward today and to see, you know, how much slow fashion is embraced and how, you know, we are moving, we're moving the needle when it comes to fashion, and especially here at the Social Outfit, you know, we're all about celebrating unique pieces and celebrating, you know, ethical fashion, and really we are a fashion label with a difference because, you know, at any given time you can come into our store and our workroom is on site. You can go straight upstairs and see what our incredible sewing technicians, you know, create. And it's so lovely to kind of have been in this industry for, you know, a little bit over a decade now, and to actually see that things are changing, but to also, you know, all of us and our team to actually be part of that change, which is really awesome. And just to see, you know, this idea of, I guess, fast fashion fleeting, you know, fast fashion trends and these fleeting trends kind of slowly be, you know, eradicated to really, I guess, celebrate personal style over fashion. So I think for us here, you know, we are definitely, you know, we are a fashion brand, but we have a couple of customers that are here tonight, and we definitely celebrate personal style, and we celebrate individuality and uniqueness. And I think when it comes to style, I always kind of say the only the only fashion trend that you should ever be, I guess, dictated by is the ones that you create for yourself. So not ones that are created by mass-produced big, billionaire brands. You are the curator of your own style, and you're the curator of your own wardrobe. And it's really up to you to decide, what you feel amazing in and what you feel super confident in. And what I feel, really confident in might not be something that you feel confident in. But I think, there are definitely those styling principles that kind of can be learnt and transferred. But I am a big advocate, and I say it always in the store here when people come into the shop, that I really don't believe, I think I just don't believe in these traditional ideas that, when you're a certain age, you can't wear this. If you're a certain body shape, you can't wear this. If you have a certain skin tone, that, certain colors don't work for you. And I think it's really amazing to see, I guess, in the styling space, moving away from those boundaries and those limitations. And I think, style and clothing is this really incredible medium to be able to play. We have, so many daily pressures in our everyday life and responsibilities as adults. And I find getting dressed every morning is something that I can take control of, but is also a way that I can express myself before even being able to, open my mouth and use my words. So it gives me this, great medium and great kind of tool to be able to be creative and, use, I guess, I like to say the art of dress as, this tool for imagination. And I think, as well, a great example is, my retail trainees who I have been working with for the past, 8 to 9 weeks. A lot of these girls have come from situations where they've not been able to express themselves creatively through clothing, and they've had, I guess, cultural limitations to what they would have, I guess, preferred to wear, and it's so amazing to see how they use, I guess, the medium of dress to express themselves now that they have this freedom and this liberation. So I think, when we're talking about style and we're talking about fashion, it is this really political tool as well to be able to express ourselves. So I like to always think, clothing has so much power, and fashion is a really impactful industry. I think it's like a $3 trillion industry. So if we actually use it to do good, we can actually do a lot of good. It's just up to us to decide that we, place value on that. We've seen so much, I guess, when it comes to this idea of conscious consumerism, we're really kind of conscious about the food we put in our body, but I think, the next thing to really think about is, what about the clothes that we wear every day? Who made those clothes? We know that, one garment, 101 hands touch one garment before it even, arrives in store or online, and that goes from growing the crops and logistics and all those kinds of things. So I think when we think about fast fashion brands and we know that garment is $2, $3, $5, it is really alarming, when we know that 101 hands, it took 101 hands to actually make that garment. So I think, it's so amazing to be a part of the Social Outfit and to kind of see our incredible sewing technicians up in the sewing room making these beautiful garments. And a lot of the time, they are one of a kind or a part of a very small run, because as a lot of you know as well, we work with donated fabrics too. So they are just that extra special, and then, everything that comes through our retail store then goes on to support these women. And I really love, I know Camilla says this all the time, and she says you either have the opportunity, would you rather empower or would you rather support women that are exploited? And no one wants to actively do that, but I think it is a matter of, I'm sorry Camilla if I've switched your words around a little bit, but I just love that, because I don't think any of us actively want to exploit people, but I think it is a matter of education and awareness about, what we actually wear and, following that supply chain. So I might finish off with all those scary, but also, fun educational, statistics and just, I guess, the landscape of fashion. And I wanted to go into more of the styling aspect. So at The Social Outfit, as a lot of you know, we have a lot of color and a lot of print. And I think, one of the things I find a lot as a stylist is that people want to wear more color and they want to wear more print, but they actually just don't know how to. So I always like to say, if you are somebody that is venturing into the world of color and pattern, always start with something that is either a polka dot or a stripe, because I think polka dots and stripes are, quite easy to wear. But I also kind of say, it's easier to wear like a pattern or print on the bottom. And then if you are slowly transitioning into, you can't kind of envision yourself wearing a very loud print up the top, just wear like a basic t-shirt. So, always think about, at the bottom, wear something a little bit more loud, and at the top, you can wear just like a plain white t-shirt. A plain white t-shirt will be your best friend. So we have these amazing Dorsu t-shirts here at The Social Outfit. And then, I guess if you wanted to do quite a loud print, this is how you would kind of style it. Again, styling comes back to those really fine details of, do I tuck something in? Do I wear something out? And I think those little details are what makes an outfit completely unique to you. The way you tie your jacket or the way you tie, your waist belt might not be the way somebody else does. And I think when it comes to styling, they're the little things that make, an outfit completely yours and completely unique to you. And then the other thing to think about is, if we're going into it, like kind of more complex styling. What I'm wearing today is probably a good example. I have tried to team back this top with the color of the skirt. And so you can see everything in terms of color kind of goes back with each other. I like to really kind of tell stories through color palettes. So a lot of my clothes and a lot of my outfits, they will be a lot of pattern smashing or pattern clashing, as they like to call it, but I'll always kind of bring everything in with the same tones and the same colors. So there are a couple of things, with styling. You can play around with color and tone. You can play around with like proportions and fit and silhouette, and it's kind of just up to you to decide what you feel like works for you and your body and what you're confident in. I just wanted to show you, so the skirt that was here. So the skirt that's in the window that you might not be able to see now, that has the little kind of irregular spot, that's the wraparound skirt. We teamed it up with the Romance Was Born spliced top. And so I guess we're playing, they are completely different prints on the top and the bottom, but we're playing around with all of those really blue, beautiful tones. And it, there's a lot of black and red in here as well, so it kind of breaks up the pattern clashing. The other thing that we did as well, and this is where accessories will be, your friend, is to kind of look at the colors and bring out you could bring out the yellows in this, you could bring out the pinks in this, to really kind of just bring it all together as an actual outfit. So you could, wear a yellow, and then that will bring out all of the yellow tones. And then with that blue skirt, looks really pretty. Then you could, do a little pink and bring out the pinks. You can do, in the window, we've done like a dusty pink, so that brings out all of the neutrals. So that's one way you can kind of pattern clash or pattern smash, however you like to call it. And then these really cool pants, which I love so much, that aren't even on the website yet, they're just in store. So this, I think, is probably a very unlikely combination, and it's probably not something that people would kind of gravitate to or go to. But what I'm doing is I'm really working with the pinks and the reds that are in the pants, and then really trying to tie that together. And again, you can kind of see I'm trying to follow my rule of what I said before of going with a stripe or a polka dot. So this is a little bit of a different kind of stripe, but together you can see it's actually quite a cool combination. It is quite loud and out there, but if you kind of play around with those concepts of color, you can tie in things really well. And then I guess, you know, you could put like the cobalt blue necklace to really make those blues pop. So that's another way that you can create kind of a little pattern clash. This one as well is pretty out there and daring, but again, we're working with all the blacks and the quite kind of geo and digital print here. So it's quite loud, but again, we're working with those same colors. So yeah, I think pattern clashing and pattern smashing work. You've just got to make sure that you're sticking to those color tones. The other thing I wanted to ask you actually is, are there pieces in your wardrobe that I guess you find really hard to wear and are kind of just those static pieces in your wardrobe that don't get a lot of wear? And, you know, is it a situation where you're not sure how to wear them or you're not sure how to style them? Yeah, you do? Yeah.
I've got a couple of, I'm looking at sort of the dinner jacket behind you. I've
Yes.
got a couple of silk kimonos I bought.
Yep.
More like silk kimono dinner jackets I bought back from Japan.
Okay.
And so one's in sort of like dusty tones and one is like a sort of like a brownie black with coloured spots
Yep.
all over it.
Okay.
And I feel like I put them aside as really like
Special.
occasion
Yep.
pieces that I just don't really
Yep.
pull out and have fun with.
Yeah.
So,
And is it, I guess, just that mentality that they are so special that I shouldn't wear them every day?
And
Yeah.
also like then not knowing what pieces to put them together with.
Yeah. Okay,
I think
cool.
I err on the side of like simplicity, so just like a simple black cami and
Yep.
you know jeans or something.
Yep.
So that
Yep.
the pieces themselves really sing.
Yeah.
But maybe some pattern clashing could be
Yeah,
a fun way
and I think also, you know, with those pieces, really kind of accentuating whatever colors feature in them. So, you know, if you wore a necklace with it perhaps and kind of worked with the colors in that, it might look, it might kind of just make it all tie in together really well. The other thing that I feel like that style works really well with is just kind of a plain pair of jeans. So I always kind of go back to jeans as well. You know, if you want to just wear denim kind of ties everything, really well together. Yeah. Does anyone else have anything in their wardrobe that they kind of tend to, I don't know if you have like the matching coordinate with it and don't know how to wear it?
I'm never sure about shoes.
Okay.
I'm forcing myself to wear sneakers.
Yep. Okay.
Sitting there unworn.
Yep. Beaches.
I never feel quite right about what shoes.
So what shoes to kind of match back. So I wear sneakers with everything, and I think that's, it's nice to kind of see that it is a little bit more trendy, but I've always worn sneakers with like very pretty dresses and like, you know, maxi skirts, because I just think, you know, the other thing you need to think about with style as well is, you know, yes, that boot or that stiletto might look amazing, but am I literally just going to take them off, you know, as soon as I arrive at the dinner table? And it's just, you know, so I just think, you know, when it comes to style as well, it's all about confidence and assertiveness. And, you know, if you feel comfortable in your sneakers and that's, you know, what you feel good in, just wear them. Yeah.
For me, it's
Yeah.
more like my dressier items. So I've got like sequin skirts
Yep.
and like really dressy things that
Yep.
are great for an occasion.
Yep.
But how to like dress them down.
Yep.
So I don't, because I've got things I've worn once.
Okay.
And I'm not getting anywhere out of them.
Yeah, so I think, you know, when we're talking about eco styling as well, there are so many static pieces in our wardrobe, and I think it is because you either don't know how to wear them and don't know how to style them, but the other thing I always hear is that they're too special to wear every day. And I kind of just think if you do have a beautiful sequin skirt, mix it with sneakers, because I love that kind of juxtaposition of, you know, wearing something that is a little bit more dressy and then wearing a sneaker with it, because then you get that really cool sports luxe looks, you know, and then you're actually wearing those pieces every day. I guess the other thing to think about though is functionality, you know, like can you move in the skirt if you are at work and all those kinds of things. And then obviously, you know, we've all got different workplaces and different, you know, dress codes and all that kind of thing. But I just think don't reserve those pieces for special occasions. I like to think, especially during COVID, every day is, you know, a day to wear something special. And if we wait for those moments, I think sometimes they just never come. So it's, you know, really important to just figure out how to wear them. You know, even if you wore like a little t-shirt with it, like a basic tee and sneakers, I think that look is really cool. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to bombard you anymore with too much eco styling, but is there anything, I guess, you know, you've all had a little bit of a look around the store. Was there anything, you know, that you kind of saw that you love, but you're like, you know what, I actually don't know how to wear that, or I wouldn't know how to style that?
What about the sports raglans and also the bomber jackets?
Yeah. So the sports raglans, you like in terms of just styling? Yeah, I mean, I think these look amazing. I mean, Kate's wearing hers today with jeans, but then similarly, you know, there'll be other days where she wears them with skirts. So I think they have that flexibility, and they are.
That's something I've tried to do.
Yep.
I'll let Nat answer it though, but I've struggled a little bit with
Yeah. It's a bit thick. So I'm a tucker with everything because I don't know, I like accentuating my waist, and that's just like my personal thing. So I kind of tuck everything. The other thing that you could do is like a half tuck, like a half in tuck and a half out tuck. But I think these look really cool with jeans. Similarly, they look really well, like they go really well with pants. So you can make them dressier. And I think that's also why these are they are kind of our best-selling tops, is that they are very versatile. So they'll take you, you know, from work to the weekend, so you can style them in different ways. But I think, you know, wearing them with like a straight pant or a culotte, or a chino or denim, and then the bombers. The bombers are really cool to kind of wear quite dressy. No. Yay? Yeah.
Actually, the other is just straight grey sequin.
Which one? Oh, this one? Yeah. So this has been a very popular one, part of our collection. Yeah.
Very disco.
Yes, you could just put it on. So this is a good example of how you can wear sequins every day, because you could definitely put it on with what you've got and walk out the door. So yeah. The other thing I was going to show you with this is, yes, you could definitely wear it, you know, with a plain white t-shirt and jeans, but you know, we have a lot of customers that actually like wearing kind of their dressier pieces and then juxtapose that with, you know, the cool kind of with a cool bomber. So it's an unlikely combination, but I really love it together, because it takes something that was traditionally, looks a little dressier, and then just makes it a little bit more funky. Yeah.
I find that those jackets are really nice with it, like a mini skirt as
Yeah,
well, if you're
cute.
into that.
Yeah, that would be really cute.
Because it's got the short waist.
Yes, so it kind of ties in at the waist, and then, yeah, I love that. That's a very good style. Can I put it like this? I might not take it off. I did that yesterday, didn't I, Tim? I was trying things on after hours. It's like, oh, I love this. I can definitely try it on. So I love that it's almost like that it's kind of almost like that grey. Yeah, it's cool, huh?
It's really fine, isn't it?
It is quite fine. Yeah.
It's got inside pockets,
It's got pockets.
like internal.
No internal pockets. No internal pockets. Yeah, it's very fun. It's very sparkly.
Like rockabilly.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Those kind of denim pockets where like they're sewn down, so you could stash things in them.
Yeah,
but
they're
not
not-
technically a
yeah,
pocket.
yeah, that's right.
yeah,
I
they're
do
very
that all the
good.
time with
Like,
jackets.
yeah.
Free internal pocket.
So what's this? Sorry, I was just going to ask, what's the story of that piece, like from beginning to end, where the fabrics?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, maybe Camilla can chime in for that one.
You know the full story? You know the full story of that?
I think so. I don't know. No, I actually know. I don't think I do. Please.
Well, I just thought it was interesting. That the first thing is the sequin fabric. Q came to us about a year ago, and said,
I'm sorry.
we have a lot
Thanks,
of this left over, would you be interested? And we were like, what would we do with that? So it was upstairs for quite a while, one little roll, and then we thought, oh, never say no. So we said yes, and we got that. And then during COVID, I got a phone call from a lady who said, I just closed my business, I had a very small sewing business, I have some bits and pieces. Can I just drop it off? And I said yes. And she came with that yellow and light blue. And we were like, Combination, but yeah, so everything is just saved from landfill and donated. So,
Yeah.
And is that one of your classic styles, the bomber? Do you do that every
Yep.
season?
Yeah.
we've been doing the bomber, but normally always with the black and white. And the fact that, we got that donated. It's going to be limited how many we're able to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever something is donated, it finishes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So the other thing too, I guess, with this collection is that we've introduced new styles that we've never done before. So this jumpsuit is a new shape, the striped jumpsuit, as is the dress, which also comes in this fabric as well. So there are new kind of shapes that we've not done before. This one also, the Joss top, which is based on our production manager who was here, you may have met. So this is a really gorgeous piece, and again, you know, really versatile in terms of layering, so you can kind of wear it with jeans, wear it with culottes, and go for that really kind of voluminous go for volume with the, you know, the really wide pant. But very kind of versatile to wear, and I love that it has that denim feature because it means that, you know, you can wear it casual, you can wear it dressy. The other thing I just wanted to say before we kind of wrap up is just because I really loved all the feedback about the items in your wardrobe that sometimes are a little bit hard to style. There are apps as well. I don't know if you know much about some of the apps that you can get where you can kind of catalogue the items in your wardrobe so that you can then create outfits. And I know that works for a lot of people. I live in a really tiny space, and I also just want to preface by saying people think that stylists have a lot of clothes, and I don't know, I think some stylists have a lot of clothes. I actually don't have a lot of clothes, but I'm very, I guess I'm really creative with the outfit combinations that I come up with, but also everything that I own is completely visible. So I have 2 racks like this in my bedroom, and it has everything that I own on it. So I kind of categorize everything into jackets, into dresses that are sleeveless, dresses that have short sleeves. And so every morning I wake up, I kind of I can see everything, and I feel like that really helps in being able to create outfits. So I'll kind of just like play around as though I'm in a shop, even though my bedroom is tiny, so it doesn't have that very glamorous effect at all. But I think visually being able to see what you have and kind of curating your wardrobe is also really helpful in kind of creating this really versatile and working and functional wardrobe. But there are apps as well that you can kind of document the items that you have, and then you can kind of put outfits together. So that's just something that I know helps a lot of people when they're creating, you know, more kind of workable and functional wardrobes. Yeah. I used to use, I think it was called Polyvore, but I think that was like one of the first ones that came up quite a few years ago. I think there's something called Closet Space app. What are some of the other ones? I can send them to you, but if you start researching, then they'll kind of,
I think I've got one on my phone I've never used called Style.
Oh, okay, yes, yep, I think that is another one.
It's just sitting there. I like the idea.
Yeah.
It's like the clueless thing.
Yeah, totally, yeah. And then the other thing too is just taking photos of your outfit and keep leaving them on your camera roll and just kind of figuring out, okay, I wore that day, and I really liked that, but I wore that the day before, and actually I feel like that top would go really well with that skirt. So I mean, I tend to do that just because I love clothes, and it's a lot of my life is clothes. I understand that a lot of people aren't going to be going through their camera roll. Okay, good. I'm glad.
So before I'm buying something, I'm already thinking, okay, how can I wear it through?
Totally.
And my husband's like, what is taking you so long? I'm like, this is a process.
Totally. I love that. I love how mindful. That's awesome. And I think, you know, it's really important to think about those things because I think, you know, we, on average, Australian women only wear their clothes 7 times before they're like destined for landfill. And, you know, I think we're supposed to kind of at least wear them 30 times. So I kind of also think, you know, if you see an item, can you envision yourself wearing that more than once, more than twice, more than 7 times, more than 10 times. How am I going to wear it? How am I going to style it? And to really think about, you know, what already exists in your wardrobe. Does it go back with something that I own? Yeah.
I'm just plain lazy, I have to admit.
That's okay. You've got a great wardrobe though, Susan.
I do, but
It makes
I
sense
looked at
quickly,
God,
doesn't it?
ready in 2 minutes this morning, as you can probably tell, but you know, yeah.
Not at all.
The idea of seeing everything.
Yeah.
To me, it happens and I'm like, oh, I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
How many years? I mean,
Yeah.
I also do this that sometimes I get sick of something.
Yes.
I never really buy it.
Right.
And I don't like throwing anything
Yeah.
away, but I might put it away.
Put it away.
5 or 6 years.
Yep.
And then, oh,
And then you
back again.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's nice, those pieces, you know, when you do bring them back, you actually, you know, you have memories with those clothes and you develop, you know, that connection with them. And I think we've lost that kind of connection, majority speaking, to our clothes. So it's nice to be able to keep them and then revisit them and go, yes, I can wear it. You know, actually I have new pieces in my wardrobe that, you know, I can style it with, and it's like a whole complete new, it has a new lease of life. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions or want to, like, I don't know, anything they've seen on the racks and you're like, I love this, but I'm not sure how I would wear this or how I would style this? No?
How you style the dinner jacket on the end?
This one?
Right? I feel like just putting it on with what you've got.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I would wear it
Please
with,
do that.
I would probably wear this because it is, you know, it's got a lot of fabric and it's got, you know, a lot of volume. I would probably work with the volume of it and go do it with the culottes, and then work with, I mean, you could go a couple of different ways. You could do it with,
You that spotty brown dress again as well.
Yeah.
That you do with the
yeah,
bottom.
you could do it even with the top.
Yeah.
Yep, and then really work with those earthy tones because the browns go really well with kind of the icy blue. You could, I would probably, because I just am crazy with print, I would probably also even do it with this and work with the blues. Again, not going to be everyone's, and then kind of work with that. You could just wear it with a plain t-shirt. You could bring out any of those colors and wear a plain t-shirt underneath it. Again, you could just wear it with jeans. You could wear it with, it would look really cool actually with the blue skirt in the window, and work with all those blue tones. Just thinking. Ooh. That's crazy, but I probably would wear that. Yeah, for me.
Is that because that one like is a bit more earthy and this is a bit more like, I don't know if you want to say bright or pastel?
So I think, yeah, definitely.
Talking about brights and earthy
Yep.
and pastels and maybe how you would combine.
Yeah, so this has all those oranges, but it's all so it is kind of working with the same color palette. It is a big contrast in terms of like patterns, but if we go back with that kind of idea of just working with color palette, you are bringing out those similar tones. Yeah. What do we think? Completely crazy and absurd?
One thing, I look at that jacket and I just see black camisole and black pants.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But when you put it with the brown pants, actually,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
yeah. And I mean, it does all the work for you. You don't have to wear print on print. Definitely, you can wear it with the black, you know, black camisole and black pants. And I think that's probably how most people would style it, but I'm just kooky. Anything else? Anyone wants to know how they would style? I'm not sure.
Start with jumpsuit, because I've been looking at the jumpsuit since we designed it. Sorry, I'm kind of
So I would probably, I mean, I love this as a feature piece because it does have the contrasting panels. Again, I don't know, I think this sequin jacket just goes with everything. So I would probably wear it with sequins because then you get that whole kind of ode to the 80s. So it's kind of also referencing genre a bit and clashing genre. I would wear it probably also with, I think with the bomber it would look quite cute, because then you can just treat it as a pair of pants if you don't want to see that it is like a jumpsuit dress. So then you can wear, you know,
Sneakers or high heel?
I would wear sneakers. This is how I intend to wear this jumpsuit when it's made next week. I will be wearing it with sneakers, but again, you can, yeah, you can definitely wear it with heels. Yeah.
Birkenstocks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely, you know, I've got some great metallic gold boots that I'm going to be wearing with that. Yeah, yeah. So you can definitely wear it dressy, you can wear it casual. I think because, you know, the fabric is quite lightweight, it's not a silk, you can definitely, like, you can take the tie around belt away as well and do your own belt. So you can even use this piece as your statement piece, take the fabric belt off and then wear like a bright, you know, a bright yellow belt, a bright something, and then just keep this as the feature piece. Yeah, yeah. And then again in winter, you know, I would probably, because of the really cool V-neck, I would probably wear a turtleneck underneath it and then wear a turtleneck that's quite a bright color so that you're getting the pattern, just block colors. Work with block colors, I think, with this. Yeah, yeah. Any other questions? No? Yay. Yeah, no, it's fine, Karina.
As a stylist, do you stay up to date with current trends and things, or do you just stay away from that?
No, so I'm not, yeah, I don't kind of follow trends. It's just, I don't know, I just am not inspired by them a lot of the time. I think I like shapes that, yeah, I've just never been kind of into fashion trends, and I think I just like creating my own kind of silhouettes and being inspired by my own silhouettes. And I would say, you know, a lot of what we do here at The Social Outfit too is definitely not so much inspired by fashion trends. We work with, you know, what the fabric is best. I mean, I guess because we get donated fabric, it's like how best can we use this? How does this, you know, how can we create something really amazing from this? Because I think working with trends sometimes as well can be very limiting. You know, you'll see something on the runway and it's like, but I can only do that in this fabric way or in this, and it just doesn't translate all the time. But yeah, I think for me personally, because I am so inspired by vintage and secondhand, fashion trends is just not something that I'm personally into, because I just think it is, it's more of a boundary, it's a boundary to kind of exploring your own personal style. But I mean, I think it's nice to take inspiration, definitely. But I just don't think you have to be a slave to fast fashion trends. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And who does the designing for you guys?
So our production manager that you may have met, Joss, yeah, is in charge of the designs. But I guess this season was kind of collaborative. You know, we kind of all contributed to a lot of the new styles that we have. The jumpsuit was something that I really wanted. I love jumpsuits so much, so we kind of were able to create that. The palazzo pant is Tim's little creation, yeah. Yeah, which are...
The dress, the current dress.
The
So one of our sewers upstairs has been with us for quite a few years is from Burma. She's a current refugee that spent a lot of time in the camps in Thailand. But the current traditional dress is woven in two pieces of fabric that are just two rectangles, kind of sewn in the middle, which is where the inspiration for those dresses.
Where's my
that
little-
was her contribution, saying, can we, you know, shape it a little bit more than what they do
This one.
in Burma, but that's
Yeah, it fits so beautiful on the body, like it drapes really, really well. And this one, again, you know, I had a customer come in and try it on with like kind of sand colored like little sneakers, and it looked amazing, but you know, similarly it would look incredible with heels and quite dressy as well. So it is quite versatile, and again, you know, you could change the belt and wear like even like a gold belt and dress it up quite a bit, statement earrings, so it is a really kind of versatile piece. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Any other questions, styling questions or anything at all? Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that was helpful and informative. If you want to keep having a look around, if you've got questions, as you look around, feel free to ask any one of us. But thank you so much for coming tonight, and yeah, being really interested in our new spring summer collection and what we do here at the Social Outfit.